With Call of Duty Black Ops 6 comes a fateful resurrection, Treyarch's signature round-based zombies mode. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 took a more Warzone approach with zombies, but with Black Ops 6 the mode is returning to its more familiar form, albeit with some significant mutations. We recently played about an hour of Black Ops 6 zombies mode during a preview event at Treyarch Studio. The play session made it very clear that Treyarch is putting a big emphasis on bringing back the kind of experience hardcore fans are most excited about. But in addition to the wave kiting, Easter egg finding, secret unlocking approach to zombies, Treyarch is also working to find ways to bring in new players because there are a lot of Call of Duty players who don't even know how zombies works. Black Ops 6 will feature 2 zombies maps at launch, Liberty Falls and Terminus. Both take place simultaneously in the zombie storyline, picking up right after the Dark Aether saga that began with Black Ops Cold War. We played Terminus, an expansive island prison map. Terminus is a huge place. Developers said repeatedly that they thought it was the largest playable space they'd created for a round-based zombies map, and it shows. In addition to the rusty decaying cell block, there's an outdoor dock area covered in shipping containers, an underground laboratory, and the control area of the prison where the guards were stationed. And expanding the possibilities is the addition of multiple islands. You can travel between them by spending money to summon a dinghy at one of multiple docks all over the area, and other islands include more sights to see like a zombie-infested sandbar and a shipwreck, as well as additional facilities. Maps have been designed with Black Ops 6's Omni-movement system in mind, which allows you to sprint, slide, or dive in any direction at any time. Though we only got a quick look at Terminus, the design did feel like it was encouraging quick thinking and agile movement to stay alive. Zombies maps usually do a pretty good job of providing routes so you can run around without getting cornered, but Terminus also includes large areas with additional possibilities like quickly climbing up to higher elevations, vaulting over guardrails, or leaping into the ocean and swimming away entirely. Fighting through Terminus though, it's clear that the familiar pillars of zombies are back, but with more of it. Wall buys and unlockable doors are scattered all over the place, as are Perca-Cola machines and mystery boxes. There's a lot of new stuff that freshens up the formula though as well. During our playthrough of Terminus, zombies we killed would sometimes leave behind vermin. The zombies head sprouting spidery legs and running around independently as a creature pretty similar to what you see in John Carpenter's The Thing. Vermin are a little less deadly than zombies, but quicker and more agile, and you still want to take them down as quickly as you can, because if you leave them be for too long, they'll mutate into flying parasites similar to those in Black Ops 3 that spit dangerous acid at you. The addition of mutant monsters that can spawn out of the bodies of zombies you've already killed was one of the most fun changes in our play session. These creatures added some fresh weirdness to the ongoing zombie rounds and require you to pay a little more attention to the horde as you gun them down or sprint away from them. Treyarch also showed off a few other fun things in our play session, like the new Shadow Rift ammo mod. It adds a new elemental damage type to the game, giving you additional damage against certain types of enemies the way incendiary or freezing ammo usually does. Shooting enemies with Shadow Rift also has a small chance of teleporting them into the air and dropping them down for more damage, a feature that is pretty much always hilarious. Black Ops 6 will offer other additions like new wonder weapons and field upgrades, and there are new traps like a tentacle creature that you can activate above doorways that'll snag and eat zombies as they pass through, and will grab players too if they're not careful. You can also find and inject yourself with mutant goop that will turn you into one of the tough mangler enemies that populate later rounds. While I didn't get to try out that one in particular, the footage Treyarch showed made playing as a mangler look pretty satisfying. Our group made it to round 20 before we jumped on our boats to run for Raptor 1's helicopter and exfiltrate from the map, and by that time, things were getting pretty hairy as special zombies like Manglers started showing up. The developers made it clear that they're thinking a lot about the hardcore audience for zombies, with the intention to pack in a lot of Easter eggs and side quests into Black Ops 6's maps. However, those elements weren't in our play session, nor was much of the main quest progression, apart from unlocking doors to open up new areas on the map. While our venture through Terminus showed off a lot of what Black Ops 6 is adding to zombies and how it's improving the mode, what might be most exciting for the majority of Call of Duty fans are the changes Treyarch is instituting to make the mode more approachable. The developer acknowledged that while there's a community of zombies players who are very dedicated, the vast majority of the player base never really engages with zombies beyond the wave-based battles. Most never complete a map's main quest, for instance, and many players have no idea that zombies maps even have main quests, to say nothing of the side quests and secrets that make the mode so appealing to those who really enjoy it. To deal with that aspect of the audience, Treyarch is adding a new guided mode for playing through zombies maps. Where in the past, zombies didn't tell players what to do beyond pushing them to the pack-a-punch machine, the new guided mode will indicate to players what they need to do to advance the main quest of any given map. It'll also institute round caps at certain points to make sure you're making good progress. If you haven't opened up a certain section of the map by round 5, for example, guided mode will pause round progression there, so difficulty doesn't spike and you keep finding your way forward. Treyarch said that guided mode will only show players through the main quest of the map, so you're on your own for unlocking secrets and side quests. The mode also won't be available immediately at the launch of a zombies map, since for the dedicated zombies community, uncovering and puzzling out everything the map has to offer is a major part of the experience. Other improvements include a new save and quit feature for solo zombie players. Since zombie sessions can be lengthy and intense, save and quit will allow you to take a break now and then. However, developers said they're being very careful about making sure players can't exploit the save and quit feature to cheat the mode. You only get one save slot, saves are tied to a checkpoint system at the start of a round, and you can only save if you have full health, so you can't use the feature to avoid dying. In addition to new changes, a few older elements are seeing new life in Black Ops 6. Treyarch is pulling most of its inspiration here from Black Ops 3 and Cold War. Among the Black Ops 3 elements that'll make the biggest impact are gobblegums. These are similar to Perca-Colas in that they give you an upgrade to your character when you use them, but instead of being persistent until you're downed, they're random and largely only work for a short amount of time. When you grab a gobblegum from its machine, you don't use it immediately, and instead you store it and pull it out when you want it. You can pocket 3 gobblegums at a time too, so you can choose how and when to deploy them. The return of gobblegums is part of an emphasis Treyarch wants to put on allowing players to create more specialization for their characters in the way of makeshift builds. For example, one new addition is the Melee Macchiato, a Perca-Cola that powers your punches so you can focus on fighting zombies hand to hand. You can also unlock permanent upgrades for your character in a system that riffs on one from Cold War. As you play zombies, you'll unlock augments for every perk, ammo, mod, and field upgrade available in the game. Augments come in major and minor varieties, and applying them to a particular power-up or piece of equipment lets you tweak how it works. Unlike in Cold War, you'll have to choose which augments you want to use. A perk, ammo mod, or field upgrade can only have one major and one minor augment equipped to it, and you can only have 3 majors and 3 minors in total. We didn't see the system in action, but Treyarch said there are more than 100 augments to unlock in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and which ones you choose will come down to how you want your zombies character to play. Alongside augments, Black Ops 6 offers further customization to your weapons. There's still a lot of randomness, like pulling weapons from mystery boxes or wall buys, but you can now set zombies loadouts ahead of time that will factor into what random gear you get. As with other recent Call of Duty games, Black Ops 6 uses cross progression across all of its modes for unlocking things like weapon attachments. And with your zombies loadouts, you can set which attachments you want on a weapon, so that if it comes out of a mystery box or a wall buy, you'll receive your version of that gun, not a random version. Treyarch emphasized that the weapon build system is optional and players don't need to use it, but it's another way you can try to customize the zombie experience to your playstyle. Treyarch also made a lot of small adjustments to the experience. You'll be able to rejoin a zombies match with friends if you're disconnected unexpectedly. Teams can now share the cost of opening doors to unlock new areas of the map. Drops are player specific, so you won't have to fight with other team members over the salvage currency. Menus like the Arsenal and Pack-a-Punch are streamlined, and armor is available from wall buys. It was tough to keep all the new and improved elements in Zombies Black Ops 6 in mind as we were playing, but from a visceral gameplay standpoint, the mode feels just as intense and satisfying as it has in the past, with a lot of additions that freshen up the return to form. From the sounds of things, Treyarch has thought very deeply about how to approach zombies in order to capture what's best about the mode while making it easier for new and casual players to get into it. The idea of a more approachable zombies is an exciting one, especially with larger maps that play at a fast pace thanks to Omni movement and seem like they'll include lots of fun and fascinating things to find. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is set to release on October 25th for Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and PC.